Alright, welcome back to another video. It is March 3 today. So, this morning, after I was done at college, I drive trains this morning, so we were working on final drives this morning at school. After I was done that, I ran up to Elmira, went to Equipment Ontario, and I bought some parts for a manure spreader. And I also bought some parts for a TMR mixer at ESM. So, if you're unfamiliar with what we got going on here, our manure spreader is currently missing a tailgate. And that is because the supports for the tailgate, or the brackets, actually ended up bending and breaking. I don't know why. We figure AIDS. But this manure spreader's done a lot of loads for us. During the winter, it's doing 2 loads a day, sometimes 3. So it's doing 14 loads a week out of the tie stall barn, and then it's doing 3 or 2 out of the heifer barn. So you can do some math. We've had it for almost 10 years. It's done a lot of loads of manure, so stuff's gonna wear out, and that's fine. So this thing's at least done over 4,000 loads of manure for us. You can figure that. But that is what we got going on here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that tailgate back together and put it on. Alright, so we got our tailgate picked up here. You can see this is where those arms bolt onto. I'll show you them in a minute. They're in the back of my truck here. They're all still wrapped up, but that's what we got. It's these 2 arms. So cut all the wrap off, and then I'll get them put on. There you go. It's starting to get dark now, but I got both of the arms on. They're gray this time. They were originally red, but now Penta makes all of the Hagendorn parts because they bought out Hagendorn. At least that's what I believe. Anyway, I know for a fact these are Penta parts, so it's good. Got that sorted out. Now we just got to get it back on the spreader. Got one side in now, one side to go. So I got Dad helping me now. So I'm staying in here. I was helping hit the tailgate that way, and he was trying to get the bolt through. There you go, the tailgate works again. Took around an hour. It's time to get it all good and going again. But I think there's just wear and tear that wore it out. I don't think there's anything to be worried about it happening again. So we're gonna park this tractor inside for the night. But that is another big job done. Now there's still a TMR mixer to look after, but I figured I'd prioritize this tonight, and then maybe tomorrow night, maybe Wednesday night, I will look after getting the TMR cart going again. Well, it's still working, but the wheels underneath are pretty rough riding right now. Alright, so I'm in the barn doing night check right now. Today was our local county's breeder cup. So we entered 3 cows in it this year. So I didn't video them with their udders full after night milking now, obviously. But this cow here, her name's Delta. She's a first lactation. So she was our first lactation entry. I didn't look after getting the cows cleaned up. We actually had the same guy who clips all of the cows for us. He was over here today, and he looked after all 3 of them. He was really good at what he does. He makes them look nice. But yeah. We also rented her mom. I'll show you her in a minute. So yeah, this is Drizzle. Shown her in a couple different videos. So 3rd lactation. So you can see her head got clipped today as well. It's a nice cow. Yeah, I've talked about her quite a bit, but I'm a big fan of her. And then down here is the next one. Don't know if she's still standing up. Oh, she is. This one over here, this is Robin. So we entered her mom last year in the Breeders' Cup. Now we entered the calf. Her calf as well, I should say. But yeah, I don't know. But that is what we got going on here. There you go, there's the back view of number 71, or Robin. So yeah, nice cow. Yeah, it's nice seeing them all cleaned up, but I don't know, take a lot of work to make them all look like that. But most of them, like this cow here, stays pretty clean. Dusty right now is pretty clean. Same with Aaliyah. Same with Rogue. Some of them still have a little bit of manure on them, but some cows stay pretty clean and then some don't. It's always something just about walking through the barn at the end of the day, though. Kind of nice. Anyway, I'm sure I'll be back at recording tomorrow or Wednesday for more footage of this video of fixing the TMR mixer. There's two little tandem wheels underneath. Alright, it is now March 5. I'm over here in the dairy barn. It's after night feeding, and I am working on fixing our TMR mixer. So, I got the old wheels out from under there. You would have seen that in the last clip, how much play they had. So, this is one of the old wheels. You can buy new bearings for these wheels as well. But I decided to buy new wheels just because these ones are getting pretty wore out. You can see how they don't even sit level anymore. So, new bearings and new wheels. I already have looked after getting these ones greased up, so they're good to go. You can see just how much more rubber is on one of them. So we're in way better shape. So, gonna get it all back together. There you go, that's both sides fixed. Just threw all of my tools up on a skid. I'm carting them back to the saw. I wheeled them down there earlier, but all that stuff is pretty heavy. And it's not really that much slower, just slowly driving over there versus dragging it over there. In the barn doing night check now. I'm gonna park this TMR mixer again. But I should have taken a before video of how it drove. But I'll show you how it drives now. I don't know, I think it drives pretty good. So this mixer has just over 3,000 hours on it now. We are on our third set of bearings underneath. This isn't a huge deal. This was our first set of wheels that we put on it. But the bearings themselves are pretty cheap. It's around $70, I believe, for the set. And if they last 1,000 hours, I mean, this is what it is. They go out because we drive through water outside when we're feeding cows in the summer and a little bit of manure there, so that might lead to some premature wear, but yeah, the mixer seems to drive pretty smooth now. I believe that said 3,000 and what is that, 48 hours. So yeah, I don't know, we're really happy with those mixers. They're really reliable. It's never missed a day of feeding in the whole time we've had it. We've had a couple bad days with it, I'll put it that way. The one of them was when I had to take apart the carburetor because it wasn't running properly. But it's alright. That really wasn't anything to do with the mixer, that was more to do with the motor. And the wheels is just, call that maintenance, it's gonna happen. The TMR mixer is probably one of the most reliable pieces of equipment we have on the farm. Closing up windows a little bit for the night. Not quite all the way, because it is supposed to drop to below freezing again. But it was a nice warm day today. Got up to 8 degrees Celsius above zero. So can't complain about that. So then we opened up the windows a little bit to let some fresh air in the barn. And then it would stay a little bit cooler in here. But since it's gonna cool down for the night, we shut them a little bit. Alright, we're gonna turn the lights off for the night. There you go. That is another day done. So, thank you very much for watching. I know this video is spread over a couple of days, and it didn't really focus too much on anything, just a lot of repairs, but that is what I've been up to. I am back for another 7 weeks of school, last 7 weeks of college. Last week was reading week, so I had a lot of time to be home and do a lot of projects, but yeah, 7 more weeks being really busy at school, and then I'll be done. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed.